Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff, aka GCurse here. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you're all doing great. It is currently 5:57 p.m. on the 4th of December 2024. It is actually very, very cold. Uh, we've been dealing with cold evenings for like the last 4 days, and it's because we've been having really nice weather. For December, I would say that this is kind of rare for this kind of weather. Normally we have like rain all the time. But we've had like 4+ straight days of just nice weather. And because of that, it means that the mornings and the evenings are going to be cold. And they are cold today. Anyway, as always, this is what greeted me when I went to when I was heading off to work. Look at those colors. You have the blue at the very top where in the sky, and then it goes down to a little bit of yellow. Then it goes down to like a pinkish red, and then you actually have a little bit of purplish that's mixed with the fog. I know you can't really tell, but out there that was fog. And it looks nice. It looks nice. I really like it. I'm actually proud of this picture that I took, But to show you how cold it is, I finally cracked. Normally I would just wear like a sweatshirt over my work shirt and have some sweatpants. I cracked. I pulled out the space heater. That's right. I pulled out the space heater, and it's helping a little bit. It's helping a little bit. Yeah, it's that cold. When I have to pull out the space heater, it should be a message that, oh my god, it must be getting pretty cold, and it is. It is getting very, very cold. Anyway, as always, if you like what you watch, feel free to leave that. Feel free to click that subscribe button, click the like, the bell, everything. Just do it all. Just do it all. What am I reacting to? It is a DSP edition, so you know it's going to be good. You know it's going to be good. And this is actually a special react video. Normally I only react to one video. Today I'm reacting to two. And the thing is, they both kind of have a interesting aspect at Phil Burnell and his career. Or I guess that's the best way you could say it. Like, one half deals with his business per se, and the other is how he deals with his viewers. And for that, I'm giving this a special name. That's right. This is the... Sorry, I had to change. There you go. This is the RGB and abuse. The constant downfall of DSPGaming. Now, this entire react, it's actually going to be comprised, whatever you want to call it, of two individual videos. The first one, it is the video from our boy Duty Streams. DSP spent $8K on hardware upgrades and spent nothing on improving the hour content. And then the second video is from James the Lesser Express Lane. DSP cries it. Ban anyone who says I should do this off stream. Like I said, this kind of gives you like how he's ultimately failing with the business itself. And the other video, the second video, shows how he just basically fails when it comes to how he basically treats his viewers, So, like I said, I figured that this was something that'd be nice to do a big, kind of like a mashup, So this may be actually a slightly longer video, so if you don't like that, I understand. Unlike Phil, I do not demand that you watch all my stuff. Anyway, let's get on to the video, shall we? Okay, so let's pull up the video. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I also I did a little bit of editing here. I like put a little bit of captions like what you see here. I just want to go on record and say the amount of time that I took to edit, do all these little fades and all that. I've put in more effort than Phil Burnell has put in effort in his videos for the last 3 years.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty, back again with another video, and hope everyone is having a good day off. That's right, our dear leader DSP has allowed his workers.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on there, Duty. I think Duty is being a little bit too generous. To say that these are Phil's workers implies that Phil actually pays these guys. No. I like to think of the term slave labor. That's what I like to consider it. Slave labor. Phil doesn't pay anybody. Are you kidding me? You pay Phil. Phil doesn't pay you. Hell, he doesn't even give his wife any money, I bet. Hell, he doesn't even take care of his cat. That cat's been going on, what, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, however many years, without that much needed blood test. If he won't even take care of that poor, mutilated cat, and I'm not referring to the wife, if he doesn't take care of that mutilated cat, you think he's actually going to pay anybody? You have way too much faith in Phil Burnell.
An additional day off to relax. That's right, folks. There's going to be no content today from Phil's side, but of course, the detractors like myself, Duty, always have content to pump out. I got a few videos today that I want to do now that I have some time. And
if you're curious, this is actually hot chocolate because it is just cold.
Second one, folks. I'm starting at 11 o'clock. We're going to take a look at the downfall of DSP and the downfall of the Renaissance, essentially. So let's see what Phil had to say on the daily wrap. I'm pretty sure it's going to be extremely boring. By the way, it ran like almost 10 minutes. I sped it up a bit. I got it down to about 8 minutes. Let's see how much we can tolerate of this nonsense today. So let's get into it.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 3rd of December, 2024. A fun streaming day for sure, although admittedly...
Fun. With the exception of the mentally vulnerable who are easily manipulated, who views this as fun? Oh yeah, when I have a stressful day at work like some of these pay pigs have, and I get home, the one thing I just can't wait to do is to go on to YouTube, to go to my favorite streamer, only to be yelled at to give money. Oh yeah, that's totally fun. That's totally fun. It's fun for Phil because he gets your money. Is it really that fun for you? You're just an ATM to him. Remember, a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen, when somebody told Phil that they viewed Phil as a friend, Phil crapped on that person. You think that's changed at all? Hell no. Hasn't changed at all.
It started off rough with some technical difficulties because last night I had moved my now brand new streaming and capture PC from the floor over there where it had been next to the gaming PC during testing and setup to over here to my left where my old PC used to be, a newly cleaned up spot right next to my desk over there. And basically, when I set this up, it screwed up a few things, to say the least. What it basically did was made it so that all my effects had been like screwed up. Not effects, camera and all that stuff had been screwed up. So this morning when I basically opened up OBS, it was like everything was malfunctioning. Couldn't get the camera to work, couldn't get this to work, couldn't get that to work. And I was like, oh man, what on earth is going on?
How hard is it for him? If the camera's not working, why not just double click on the camera on OBS and then find it in the list and then reactivate it that way? That's what I do all the time. How hard is it for this guy? Put computers together for a hobby, and he doesn't know how to get his camera to work again. It's not that goddamn hard. It isn't. Here, I'll even show you. Can I show you? Let's see here. Actually, I can't. I don't have it. I wish I had this. Well, I can. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Alrighty then. I'm going to turn this off for a second. I'm going to turn on the screen capture. Okay, here we are. As you can see, there's like a lot of me. There's a lot of me. You know, Anyway, it's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say his camera is not working. He goes to whatever, whatever he names his camera. He double clicks it. Oh, can you actually see it? Oh yeah, you can. Okay. Hello. Oh, the camera's on. It's been on the whole time, eh? Anyway. He goes here, he selects a device, and as you can see here, I have a few of them, and he literally just picks it. How is this even a problem for him? The guy is supposed to have put computers together for a hobby. He acts like he's better than everybody. He can't take 2 seconds to reinitialize the goddamn camera. Sure, he's better than everybody, but he can't even do that. He can't even do that. The guy's a joke. He's a joke. Hello. What a fucking piece of shit. Okay. But yeah, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to reinitialize your camera.
On here. So obviously it was kind of frustrating, and basically
Oh my god, so frustrating. I don't know how to do it.
I even suggested, hey, now that you have this new setup, are you aware that you have NVIDIA AI that can do all these effects? And I was like, no, I guess I could try some of them out. So basically this morning I tried them out, and here's what I found out, that basically I have this, a virtual green screen.
Oh my god, he has a virtual green screen. Welcome to the modern age, Phil. What a sad sack of shit he is. He has that molding, rotting green screen that is kept in the garage that he was promising everybody. Remember, didn't he say once he had some free time, he was going to hang it up in the Snort Fort? And that he was going to put it up, and then he was going to show everybody this green screen. A month went by. Well, sorry, a day went by. A week went by. A month went by. 1 year went by. 2 years went by. 3 years went by. Nothing. Nothing. He failed to produce, like always. And like always, everybody else has seemed to have just lapped him. They went around him. Hell, I went around Phil a few times, and I'm a fucking badass. I went around Phil a few times. In the span of less than a year since I bought this awesome computer that I use, I've done a lot of, personal upgrades. Not because I want this as a business. No, because I like to. Here, watch this. Watch this. This may actually be a minute. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the green screen, or my virtual green screen. Oh my god, you can actually see my apartment behind me. But watch this. Hey, I'm in, you can't really see, I'm in the sound stage, ladies and gentlemen. or better yet, check it out. Would you like to see me in a major, a big meeting room? Or how about in front of a picture? Oh my god. It's like I've lapped Phil. What a sad sack of shit he is. He acts like by using this AI virtual green screen that he is on he acts like he's the top guy that nobody else is. He is the top guy. Everybody else are scrubs. The sad thing is, Phil is still a scrub. This is what I'm talking about. He doesn't realize that he hasn't advanced. He hasn't advanced because the stuff that he's using now, the virtual green screen, for example, people have been using for over 3 years. This is nothing, this is not a major advancement. If anything, it makes him slowly start to get into that professional lane that he thinks he's already in. Oh, sorry. Let's do this. Boom.
That basically now I can be anywhere I want in my backdrop. I can be in the mountains. I can be in the city.
Like I was in the city, like, ooh, look at this nice room I'm in. Woo-hoo! Yeah. It's not funny anymore, Phil, because everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. The only thing that's funny is the fact that Phil thinks that he is numero uno. He doesn't realize that he's still King Scrub. Okay.
Well, I can be relaxing on the beach. And I've never had this before, and now I have this awesome new modern effects with my new setup. So I messed with this today, and I actually started playing, Bloodborne, and people were like, whoa, this is awesome. So wait, you could be on the screen and not have a background? And I was like, yeah, it's easy to do. Unlike a green.
Yeah, oh my God. It's like every Twitch thought and everybody else, oh crap, look at that. I got, oh well. Anyway, it's like everybody on Twitch is able to do this. Holy shit. This would have been fucking amazing if it wasn't 2024. If Phil did this 2016, 2017, he would have actually been, oh my God, do you see Phil? He's actually adjusting. This is not adjusting, ladies and gentlemen. He's still in last place. People like Duty, people like, it's a Gundam. People like Mamology. They're still lapping him. But Phil, he thinks that he is up there now. And I know, I got this. Anyway, he thinks that he's top shit now because he has a virtual green screen. But everybody has virtual green screens. It's nothing new, Phil. It isn't.
You need the thing set up behind you and everything. You don't need that. It just does it automatically. So I played Bloodborne with it, and people absolutely loved it. But then we started having technical issues with Bloodborne where the audio was desyncing. Come to find out, I'm actually being told that these capture devices, these high-end external capture devices, somehow have audio desync, but that there's a way that you can basically either add the audio as a second source and it resyncs it. So, there's things I need to learn. There's ins and outs. There's things I need to practice and learn and figure out for myself with all this stuff. And it's going to take time. It's not going to be something that's going to be instant, but...
Okay, let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest. Phil's not going to learn anything. No, what it is, he's going to go to this stupid dance that do all his troubleshooting. All his troubleshooting. And they're the ones that's going to figure this out. Phil, that's why Phil probably told him in his super secret Clubhouse Discord server, okay, guys, I'm going to go take a day off. When I return, I expect these problems to be fixed. And those motherfucking dents, they're probably, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll make sure it's all working good for you, sir. Derek also says hi. Phil doesn't do any work. He is allergic to work. You see the word work around him and he starts going into hives, getting hives and everything. It's something we gotta work through. No, it's something you have them working through.
Basically, people absolutely loved having this effect now during Bloodborne.
Oh my God. Yeah. Can you imagine what they would have done if he did this back in 2014, 2015, 2016, when he had that poor, abused green tarp laying in the garage? No one cares, Phil. You have barely caught up with what everybody else is doing. You're not special. Stop acting like you are.
People were like, oh, what you could do is you could use this for other games too. And I had a brainstorm. I was like, dude, maybe I could be like, if I'm playing Flight Sim, that I could be like in a simulated cockpit or something like that, right? So I thought about it and I actually did set it up. I actually imported like a background of a cockpit and I did a border and everything. And I tried to get it working for the late stream and it wasn't really working that well. It did look kind of like I was in there, but not really. And I said, well, how about this instead? I got rid of the background and I just took myself again and put myself in the corner over here. And people loved it. I put on the pilot's hat and the aviator.
the Nazi hat. Let's be honest, it's the Nazi hat. And before that, it was the bison hat. But it's always been the Nazi hat. That's why I call this guy Adolf von Pig Ackler. Wait, does that make any sense? Anyway.
Glasses, and it was an awesome 2-hour stream that people really, really enjoyed. So basically now, dude, I got everything. Like, I've got the fanciest setup possible. I've got 1440p capture and streaming on YouTube, absolutely superb. I've got over on Kick, great stuff going on, you know, with the quality. In fact, tomorrow I may even modify, or not tomorrow.
All right, I let this buffoon run on long enough. I'm gonna Minecraft myself if he says 4K or 1440p or those technical buzzwords that he has to say every 5 minutes, because it's getting extremely annoying. Phil, your setup is okay. Welcome to 2015. This is stuff that people back, you know, competent streamers that put a little bit of effort, even people that, you know, weren't competent, that put the effort and research stuff, were doing back in 2015. Nothing that you're doing is new or amazing. I mean, it could be towards your dents because they're so used to watching you and your crappy ass streams and your stupid ass setup. Yeah, anything different or semi-modern, you know, in the 2010s, that decade, of course they're going to be amazed after seeing the slop you've been pumping out for 16 years. Yeah, any little minor update. I mean, look, Phil, look at my setup right here. Look at this. You know what I did this with? I did this simply with a phone app that I have that was for free. And what did I do? I got a background. I CG'd you out of your video. I plopped you into my video. I put a border around you, and I turned you into Disney Princess Phil. And I managed to get Jasper and another picture of you and your family, the creatures in the background. By the way, shout out to Lucero for the Familia DSP series, which is ongoing right now. Give him a sub, give him some love. It's some great content. So, Phil, what you just did is amazing. You know what this cost me right here, Phil? This cost me $0. It cost me $0 to do. You actually literally had to spend $8,000 just to get this effect done, Phil.
$8,000 and the product's still shit. It's like what I said in the comment on, I think it was this video. I can't recall if it was or not. But literally, if your product is shit, it's still going to look like shit if it's in 4K. Bill can throw everything he can at it. Virtual green screen, new computer, new monitor, new processors. He can throw everything he wants at it. But the fact is, it's still shit because ultimately it boils down to the person who is making the content, which is Phil. Phil is a heinous person. He is an evil person. Just because he now has an $8,000 setup, it doesn't mean that the content's going to be any better. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you're still going to have somebody just basically saying, "Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money?" Over and over and over again. Which is ultimately sad because he wasted all that money for something that he'll never obtain. And what is it that you're hoping that you think that he could attain? Or that, he thinks that by doing this, he thinks he's going to be the next PewDiePie. Is PewDiePie still relevant? I don't know, honestly. He thinks he could be the next big streamer, and he can't. He can't. Hell, look at what he's drawing in right now. Less than 300 viewers a day.
Again, if you weren't so bullheaded and you paid attention and you listened to what your detractors said, you would have known years ago that this is the type of shit you could have done for very little money. You could do it using software. You can do it using OBS. You can, it's not fucking hard, Phil. But you always want to do things the long way. And for some reason, you have this fetish. You have this fetish where you have to get the top of the line everything just to make something look good. And again, that's because you failed to plan. You failed to fucking plan. If you would have done some research, if you would have taken several hours, maybe talk to a friend, if you had a friend.
He doesn't have any friends. Remember, he chased away his legitimate friends like John Rambo and Howard and Respect the Pact. He chased them away. And then the people who actually try to be his friend, like online, he openly said, "That's fucking weird. You're not my friend." The only friend Phil respects is Washington, Lincoln. I don't know who else are on the Bills. He only respects money. That's basically what I'm trying to say. If he says that he views you as a friend, it's only because he can expect to get something from you, which is fucking sad.
Or maybe talk to Darziak. I know you and Darziak are really close. You could have figured this out a long time ago, and you could have found other ways to replicate these effects without wasting $8,000. But again, Phil, it's always Phil. He had to spend over $300 on a fucking capture card, right? An external capture card because he wanted 4K and he wanted the top of the line, and yet he's fucking having.
I have always had the opinion, and I still have the opinion now, that as long as the content creator is relatable and funny, the viewers don't care about the game itself. They're there to hear what the content creator has to say. They're there to be entertained. Phil could literally be working with the most garbage PC, but if he's nice and relatable, that's what would bring in the money.
Jasper, you leaning in, and Disney Princess, it looks way better than anything you can fucking produce. And again, this cost me $0 to fucking produce, Phil.
Big ups.
God, man, you're just hard-headed, man. You're hard-headed, but you want to keep doing it because you feel like what it is it's just like Phil has this warped mindset. I'll give you an example. Like, to him, being an adult is having a family or being married, right? Paying bills, and to him, that's being an adult. That's what Phil.
Okay, well, see, the major flaw right there is Phil thinks he actually has a family. No, he has a surrogate mom. He looks at Kat and he thinks of his mom. The same lady who would faithfully comb his hair for the first 17 years of his life. He looks at the surrogate mom and he thinks of all the meals that his mom used to make for it. Why am I doing this? He thinks of all the meals that his mom used to make for him. He doesn't look at Kat as a wife. He doesn't. He may say he does, but he doesn't. That's because how many times has he referred to Kat as his mom? Now, let's talk about the poor mutilated cat. The cat with a C, not K. As much as he wants to believe that cat is not your child, it drives me up the goddamn wall when somebody goes, "Oh, this is my fur baby." It literally makes me just want to take a dive outside. Just because you have a cat doesn't make it your kid. Just because you have a roommate doesn't make her your wife. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Phil doesn't have a family. Phil sold his soul for a dollar bill.
Phil thinks of as being a mature adult. That's what adults do. It's the same thing with streaming. He feels like, oh, the only way I can be a professional streamer is if I waste thousands and thousands of dollars. Because I'm too lazy to research anything and actually put in effort. Let me just throw cash at it. And eventually it'll fix itself. And he's going to keep having these same problems, like the audio syncing, the problem with the...
Now, I do have an Elgato capture card I just got. It's an external. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out about this audio desyncing. I'm going to have to research that.
It's you, Phil. It's you, because again, you always fail to plan, and you're super lazy, and you always think money will remediate things. It simply doesn't all the time. So let's get into it.
Thursday. I may even modify that. So I believe I had it set to medium quality, and I
Hey,
may
it's almost
actually
gone.
try to even go up to slow, because I have it medium quality. If I put it on slow, I think it'll take up a little bit more memory, but it may actually make the quality of the stream I take even a little better. So I'm going to try to do that when I stream again on Thursday. I actually just set it up. So good stuff going. And now my whole setup is working. All my wires are getting managed properly. I've got all kinds of new peripherals, including a brand new wireless.
This is what I was talking about. He thinks that RGB lights, although they are cool, I will admit they are cool. I do have limited RGB lights. I have, basically, it's on my computer stack. They are cool. They're not going to save the business. And for some reason, Phil thinks that this RGB light keyboard is going to save the business. It's not. Hell, how can it save the business? Nobody can see it. Nobody can see it. It's here's my keyboard. It is your cheap Logitech. Oh, you can't really see it. It's your cheap Logitech keyboard. Nobody cares because I'm not bragging about it. But Phil thinks that just because he has a keyboard that lights up, it's going to save the business. How? How can it save the business? Nobody knows he has it. It isn't like he's going to do something cool and actually have. I've seen streamers. Not all the time, but I have seen some streamers take a secondary webcam and have it pointed down at their keyboard. So people can actually see what they're doing, like when they're playing a game. Phil won't do anything like that. He just thinks that by having this light up keyboard, it's going to save the business. No, you know what it is? It's the equivalent of your dumb blonde seeing something sparkly and getting mesmerized by it. That's basically what it is. Phil has seen that sparkly thing, and now he's mesmerized, which is a fucking joke, because not even over 2 years ago, he was shitting on people who had RGB. Now look at him. Hey guys, my mouse has RGB. My keyboard has RGB. The background has RGB. He's a 2-year-old. He's a 2-year-old who is trying to act like an adult. He is, at best, a person with a few $1,000s who is trying to act and live like a millionaire.
This keyboard over here with RGBs, a fancy mouse with RGBs, all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's going to save the business, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what he doesn't realize. He doesn't fucking realize this. Because he's a dullard. That's not going to save the business. The only person that can save the business is Phil. But Phil can't do that because he has the charisma of a dead Nazi. Oh, Jeff, you shouldn't say that. Well, I just fucking did. He has the same level of charisma that Adolf Hitler did. Which is to say, he had none. He has none. Phil is going for broke, and right now he is just he's constantly hitting broke.
Going on. The office is looking absolutely insanely cool. So moving forward,
Office looks extremely cool. Too bad we can't fucking see it. But it's going to save the business.
we have a choice. If I'm doing a playthrough, we can either actually have the background showing up for the playthrough, or I can do the virtual green screen, and we can do it that way too. Like, it doesn't really matter. Either way it looks good, honestly. I would say definitely this background will look absolutely amazing for the podcast and for the politics show and other times when I choose to use it, but we don't have to always use it. You know, we can choose maybe certain games it's better or worse. I would say fighting games, definitely having the blue screen or the virtual green screen is going to help a lot because it's going to take out way less of the space of the screen. Just got to find the right place to put myself so it doesn't like block the energy bars and stuff.
Oh, I agree. It's going to take up a way lot less of the screen, but you're still going to have the same shit player.
We want to have the giant background because it looks nice, right? Beautiful background that we now have. So good stuff. Like, quality today was outstanding. Attendance was great. Support.
I can't recall exactly what it was about, but I heard a saying before. I just can't recall what it was about. You could put, at the end of the day, you could put makeup on a pig, ultimately, it's still a pig. You can give the biggest piece of shit a new gaming setup, but ultimately, at the end of the day, he's still just a big piece of shit.
We hit all the goals, 0 complaints whatsoever. Now, just a contrast to yesterday. Yesterday, I played multiplayer games all day, and we were down to the wire every stream to hit the goals. Tonight, guess what? Games where it was interaction, me playing a single-player game, but able to interact with the audience and have a good time. Guess what? Hit all the goals, no problem. No, oh no, had to go overtime to hit them or anything like that. All good.
The question is, how much begging did he do? How much begging did he do? If he did no begging and then he hit the goal, I'd be like, hey, congratulations. You actually proved for a change you're not a fucking failure. But I'm pretty sure he at least begged once, twice, 4, 5, 50 times.
Good. So, like I said, I think what it is these full-time multiplayer games, such as Call of Duty, Street Fighter 6, people want more of a social aspect with me right now. And that's what's working, so I'm going to continue to do that.
I'm going to let our friend Duty talk about this.
Today, 4 terabytes, so I'm going to install that between...
Oh, God. Okay, Phil.
By the way, the 4 terabyte hard drive, whatever you want to call it, that's going to save the business, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to save the business.
You just said right now that the reason why no one was tipping was because you were playing co-op games and it doesn't allow you to interact with your chat. That's what you're claiming. So Street Fighter and Call of Duty is the problem, not you. Okay, Phil. Remember when you were playing RPGs? Remember at the beginning of the year, RPG Overload? What is the best thing about an RPG game? The best thing about an RPG game when you're streaming it is it allows for interaction with your chat. Because you don't have to rush in anything. You can stop. You can talk to your chat. You can figure out a way to progress, right? Without just action nonstop. Right, Phil? And what did you say about RPG? RPG Overload. RPGs are killing my business. No one is interested in RPGs. No one is supporting RPGs. So then you change. Then you went to fighting games and multiplayer games and you tried that, right? And for a little bit, it helped. It helped a little bit. And then that died off. And of course, the Kino...
Yeah, he's just about to mention it. I was just about to say, I think a lot of this popularity that he had was from the fucktards over at Kino Casino. It sure as hell isn't because people just all of a sudden flipped the switch and saw how great Phil is, because he's not. Even though Phil wants you to think, that he's having some sort of renaissance. He's having a renaissance. Everybody does hate him, but everybody loves Phil. Only the haters and the detractors are losers and they don't matter. Everybody likes Phil. Seriously, where is this being reflected at? Because it sure as hell isn't being reflected in the stats on his channel.
Renaissance came in, and then you had the super dents from the Kino Casino crew dropping big cash on you, right? And that kind of saved the business. Now that the casino guys are gone, and you probably have just 2 of their dents that remain, which they'll eventually leave, right? And they're propping up your channel. And for the last 2 weeks, it's been fucking dry. They haven't been supporting the streams, and you've had to rely on people coming in and dropping Hail Mary tips, and you fake tipping yourself, right? And you staying 45 minutes overtime while Cat's downstairs literally crying, right? Right, Phil? And now you're...
Okay. This is one thing I'm going to say that I disagree with Duty with. Oh, yes. You're disagreeing with Duty? Yeah. I disagree with Duty. But not, he's still an awesome person, but this is what I did. Cat can't be downstairs crying. Because she's downstairs getting railed because her husband can't do his fucking job. When the cat's away, the mouse come out and play. That's what it is. She's not crying. She's getting railed by Tyrone.
Trying to claim that the issue is multiplayer games. My fans don't like multiplayer games. At this point, Phil, what's left? What games are you gonna play? You stopped playing WWE Champions because you said no one supported, no one cared, right? When initially it was a pretty decent, sizable chunk of change because you were leaning into the meme. So you stopped playing that. What is it, Phil? It's an excuse. It's always a fucking excuse. The only common denominator in all of this is you, Phil. It's you. You spent $8,000, right? You got this semi-okay setup, and yet people still didn't support you. Didn't you say, oh, once I pump in money into my equipment and get a better background, people are gonna come and support? That fucking failed. That didn't happen. Because again, Phil, you may have upgraded your system, you may have upgraded your stream quality, but what you didn't upgrade is the content. It's still you. It's still belligerent, ignorant, boring Phil. That hasn't changed. And again, Phil, it doesn't cost any money to upgrade your content. It really doesn't. It just takes some forethought, some.
You're asking too much from Phil. Duty is asking too much. Duty is literally kind of asking Phil, hey, all you have to do is be a nice person. Phil can't be nice because that's not who he is. Phil has never been a nice person. That documentary showed it.
Sitting down, some serious reflection upon yourself and thinking to yourself, okay, what am I doing wrong? Why aren't people supporting me? What's going on? And to be honest, Phil, some of it is just people are tapped the fuck out. When you have 10 people that support you and 3 of them are big major whales, they only have but so much money, Phil. I'm sorry. You need to come to that realization. You need to understand that. That's why this streak is going to eventually end. And you're going to be buttered.
I have always thought that this streak has ended a few weeks ago. Every time he gets one of these last minute tips, it's a fake tip. It's a fake tip. Whenever he gets a tip that it's anonymous, that's a fake tip. Whenever he gets a tip and it was after the camera's gone off, that's a fake tip. Every time he gets a tip that just miraculously saves the streak, it's a fake tip. The reason he just doesn't give it up is because the fact he is so goddamn paranoid about the detractors. What's the worst that the detractors could do? Streak ended. Time for another one. But to Phil, it's like it's life and death when it comes to the detractors and the streak. Phil thinks that if the streak ends, the detractors are going to go like just dancing in the streets. That we're going to dance in the streets and we're going to have a big old party. We're not. We're just going to wait for the next streak to start and then for it to end. Phil puts way more sense of worth on himself than he actually is. Or than he actually has, I should say that. If Phil was actually a nice person, then yeah, people would be like, oh, dude, the streak is over. The streak is over. Dude, that sucks. But the fact is that when people know the streak has been over for weeks, this is just pathetic at this point.
Hurt when it does. You're going to be upset. You're going to be butthurt. And of course, God forbid the trolls get a W. And I can't wait for that day because, dude, it's just going to be glorious, man. You think when the Vest streak ended was hot shit, was great content? Wait until the Den streak finishes. The man might have a fucking mental breakdown. He may need to get put into an asylum. And he'll be streaming there too, begging. Anyway, folks, that's it. It's another 5 minutes where he's talking about his fucking SSD and just boring. Phil, there's no reason why you need to spend 11 minutes on a daily rap. A daily rap, you don't need the daily rap. But if you're going to do a daily rap, keep that shit under 5 minutes, Phil, okay? No one watches it, bro. You get like 100 viewers. When the only people that watch your daily rap are people that watch my content because they want to hear me chat over you, Phil. And I end up getting whatever 6, 7, 8,000 viewers watching the content. So do me a favor, Phil. Since this is our content, right? This is our content. Just shorten it up, man. Keep it under 5 minutes because I can work with 5 minutes. 11 minutes, not so much. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day off. Peace out. Don't forget, duty streaming today at 11 o'clock. Stop by.
Okay, so basically this is where I kind of broke it up among the two videos. What do I think? Phil reminds me of my cousin that one of my cousins and everything before he passed away. When he was younger, my cousin, he needed to have everything that the other cousins were having. I had a Nintendo. He had to have a Nintendo. One of my cousins had a PlayStation when PlayStations came out. My cousin had to have that PlayStation. It feels like he is just constantly trying to play catch up. Phil is just trying to play constantly play catch up, and ultimately, even if he was able to get to the very front of the line, nobody would still care. Nobody would still care because Phil's reputation is what everybody knows him for. You could go from any lowly streamer, any streamer with like one follower, to any mega VI. Is it VI I'm thinking of? Oh god, I can't recall what the correct term is. But you know, the virtual commentators, the ones that act like little anime girls, you know. They know who Phil is. Phil's reputation is so poor that even if he was able to have a $10,000 computer setup where he was broadcasting in 60,000 bits, I don't know what it would still be garbage because everybody knows who Phil is. I'm pretty sure at this point, Kat would have a better chance for internet fame, just because of the fact that she isn't out there as much as Phil is. I'm pretty sure that if you were to put Phil on, Phil here, Kat here, and have them stream at exactly the same time of day, playing exactly the same game, streaming for exactly the same amount of time, I'd make you a bet that Kat would actually get over more than Phil. Not because Kat is likable, because she's also a horde person, but simply because not many people know who the fuck she is. But that's what I think. Okay, so let's continue on. Okay, there it goes. Okay, this second video, this is entitled DSP Cries at ban anyone who says I should do this off stream. And this was from James the Lesser Express Lane. Oh, by the way,
yes,
it's gone.
He says you hit streaks all day. Orange Sakai, I already bought a washer dryer. I already just had 2 fans installed in my home. I've had other things that I've been spending money on plus all my normal bills. I don't have an insane amount of money saved up.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is that Phil doesn't have any money saved up? It's not your fault. It's not my fault. Is that the homeowners association's fault over there? It's Phil's fault. And why is it Phil's fault? Because he's addicted to that stupid WWE Champions game. He can try and make it sound like that, times have been hard on him. He just doesn't have the savings. No, it's because he fucking fritters it away. He fritters it away. You don't have to feel sorry for this guy. It's okay if you don't feel sorry for this guy. This guy has done nothing for you to feel sorry for him about. What we are witnessing here is basically somebody who just did not get with the script. He spins and spins and spins. And when he doesn't have a savings, he comes to you expecting you to give him that savings. It's not your job. It's not your job. It's not my job. If he wants a savings, he needs to be an adult and go get an actual job. Well, Jeff, that is what he does is his job. Well, then he's fucking shit at it. If he's going around saying, I don't have a savings, and this is his job, then he's fucking trash at his job.
Don't. Okay? Now, if the streak continues, right? If it continues for months and months, and now I don't have to drop money on any.
He's had 16 years. 16 years to have a savings. How many more years does he need to form a savings? It's no one's job but his. He had that lucrative contract with Google until he fucked it up with the whole the AdSense issue. He fucked that up. He had it good with Machinima. What did he do? Instead of doing what he should have fucking done, which was save the goddamn money, game, movie, stupid fucking statue after stupid fucking statue after stupid fucking. Where the fuck is all that shit now? No, seriously, I'm asking you, where is the stupid fucking statues at? Oh, that's right, they're gone. And it's our responsibility to make sure he has a fucking savings. No, fuck off. He can go get fucked.
This stuff anymore, then we'll be in a situation where we'll be like, yeah, I'm saving money and I have all this stuff. I'm not in that situation right now.
Hello, and welcome to James, the Less Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible with DSP just being absolutely toxic. I know, it's a day that ends in Y. He's being toxic. This time it's over people saying, hey DSP, instead of wasting multiple streams on this, why didn't you take 10 minutes off stream, Google on your phone, and find a solution to all this?
And the answer is to that, the answer is quite simple. Phil is a lazy fuck. He doesn't want to work. If he could, he'd rather just lay in bed, sleep, leave YouTube in stream mode, and just expect people to give him money. The guy hates what he does. He hates what he does. He is bottom tier lazy.
Well, let's watch.
All right. So, and by the way, if any moron comes to any stream and it says I should have done this off stream, I'm going to instantly ban you.
Okay, now this is kind of what I was talking about when I mentioned the topic here. Hold on, the RGB and abuse, the constant downfall. I mentioned kind of like how each video was like it dealt with a specific aspect of Phil Burnell. The first video was his business. This video deals with how he just treats his viewers like garbage. I would not have a problem with Phil treating his viewers like garbage if Phil just made a declaration like, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. You can expect this from me. But no, Phil tries to play the victim. I'm a nice guy. I want to have nice, chill sessions. You can't have both ways. You can't be an absolute asshole to people and expect there to be people who just admire you. I'm an asshole. I take pride in that. I am brutally fucking honest. But I also give people the respect that they deserve. I'm not an asshole and go, I'm a nice guy. And that's what Phil does. If somebody posts something, like leaves a comment, 99% of the time I'll ignore it. Or if there's something if there's something I feel like there's a hole in their logic, I'll snipe them through it. Perfect example was some dipshit decided to try to be a tough guy and attack me for attacking Phil. And he was a white knight basically. And when I literally said, "Oh, so you're defending a guy who has a habit of defending people who have what's the best way to say it? He defends pedophiles." The minute I said that piece of shit shut up. like I said, 99% of the time, I ignore them. But if they say something and I can see through it, I'll hit them with a logic bomb. There you go. I admit I'm an asshole, but I don't go around saying I'm a nice guy. I'm everybody's friend. I'm an asshole, but I try to respect the people also, though. I'd be a hypocrite if I said I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. But then go, I'm a nice guy. Oh, and by the way, what the fuck is up with this hairdo? Did Cat wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning when she was combing his hair? Oh, damn it, did it again. Hold on. Let's try it. There you go.
I'm going to instantly ban you. I'm not even going to address it. I'm not even going to say your name. I'm just going to instantly ban you from the streams, and you're not coming back because you're idiots. And I've already explained.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, he's an innocent victim of it's everybody. They make him sound bad. It's him. It's them. They're making him sound bad. No, Phil makes himself sound bad.
I needed to do this in an interactive setting so that I can get feedback, so I can get people to help me. How do I know if something's working if I'm not actually doing it live?
Private streams. You can do a private stream. You could have done this at 2 o'clock in the morning on your day off Saturday, which was yesterday as the time of this recording. Oh, but he's so busy. He's up until 3, sometimes even 4 o'clock his time tweeting and bitching at people on Twitter. Or making posts on his YouTube channel. Or accepting comics. Because any comment that shows up on his channel, he approves of. So when a comment gets approved at 3:37 a.m. his time, he approved it. So you're going to tell me the hours he spent drinking and playing WWE Champions, he couldn't have done this? No. Got to do it live and waste multiple streams doing this.
Dummy. Right?
I love that. I just love that. The guy hides behind a gated community, calling you dummies. Although, if you caught him shopping at Kroger, for example, and you started glaring at him, he would motherfucking run to the car and zip right home to the snort fort. Because his own history has shown that he will pay people off to avoid getting the shit beat out of him. Why the fuck should anybody take this guy seriously when he tries to act tough, when he has a history of paying people off? Don't hurt me, bro. Here's $10. The guy's a fool. The guy's a fool.
Hey, how does this look? Hey, is this working? Hey, is this how you do this? How can I do that if I'm by myself? You dunce. So I'm just going to ban people instantly, and I don't care.
Heck, you could have done a surprise members-only stream. Like, all right, guys, I'm testing things. How does it look? How does it sound? That's right, this is a surprise members-only stream. Isn't it cool that this is a members-only stream, guys?
Okay.
The thing is that if he did it as a members-only stream, then he couldn't get as much money from begging, because he'd probably only have like a couple people in that stream. Whereas if he was doing it as a normal stream, he'd have like a shit ton of people he could try to weasel money from.
Looking for people to ban, looking for people to ban.
Okay. All right, what's going on, everyone?
Now, here's the thing. I just got a brand new HD60X capture card to replace my Elgato HD60S. It literally took me longer to get the box open than did to replace my old card. DSP is going on 8 days, close to $1,000 in different capture cards, different cables, then ordering more cables and more capture cards. I think he's on capture card number 3 right now. That doesn't work because it has the right connection. So then he got another cord. And it turns out that cord wasn't the right one. So now he has to order another cord. From the internal, and then the second one, and then the third one that didn't have the right connection. 3 capture cards, multiple cords, and he still hasn't gotten shit fixed or figured out.
Remember, guys, this guy put computers together for a living. Now, am I expecting him to have like the same knowledge of today's computers that he did back then? No. The technology has advanced. But I am expecting somebody who proudly claims that he put together computers together for as a hobby. I would halfway expect him to at least do some research on his own. I would expect him to do that much, but no. He has to try to monetize his ignorance. He could probably fix this problem within 3 minutes if he just properly researched it online. Google. Why is insert name capture card not working? And then he could probably get a list. Okay. We'll try with the cord. Is the cord working? Ding, ding, ding. Not working. Okay, so. Okay. Is it the settings? Okay, settings are working. They're all lining up. Let me see if just restarting the computer fixes it. Hey, it actually works. I would expect somebody who claims to be as smart as he is putting together computers, I would halfway expect him to just be able to research something. But then again, if he did that, he wouldn't have a problem and then he wouldn't be able to monetize it.
Me, again, it literally took me longer to get the box open to switch out my capture card. My new capture card does 4K, it does HDR, it does... what was it? Instead of 1080p, 30 frames, it does 1080p up to 120 frames. It's a little better. It's not like I'm going from 480i to 4K. I'm just going from really good to really, really fucking good. And because of Black Friday sales and all that, I got it for like 15% off, which isn't that big of a deal.
Not bad.
I also had an extra $6 coupon. So 15% off plus an extra $6 coupon. Yay. I saved a little bit of money. I got a better capture card. And it didn't take me 8 days and $1,000, multiple streams to figure out how to get it to work. DSP, you're a dumbass. The people in your chat are correct. You should have done this off stream. How the fuck does it take you 8 days, multiple capture cards, multiple cords to figure out that you're an idiot? With that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.
Okay, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. That was the whole shebang. A little bit over an hour. And what did we learn? We learned that Phil is never going to adapt. Well, I was wrong. He has adapted. He has got different stuff. He's never going to be successful. Let's just say that. Phil's never going to be successful. He's never going to be successful as a businessman. He's never going to be successful as a nice person. And that's why I kind of said that this video kind of talked about both aspects, business and person, yeah. You know, oddly, I feel kind of good right now. I feel good. Any day I get a dunk on Phil, it's actually a good day. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go finish this awesome cup of hot chocolate. By the way, this fucking hot chocolate is still goddamn hot. So I will see you next time. And until then, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button. And I'll see you for the next React video. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse, reminding you that you do not need an $8,000 setup. All you have to do is basically be a nice person. And they will come. Peace out.